everyone, and welcome to my spooky books on my TBR. We're in Halloween month, which means it's time for all things spooky, and I realised when I was making my TBR for this month, I have far too many spooky books that I could not fit on here. So what I thought I'd do today is actually go through some of those spooky books that are not on my TBR for October, but I really want to read soon. The first one I have to mention is the one I am most annoyed at myself for not reading yet, and that is Hellbent by Leigh Bardugo, because I read Ninth House 2 years ago now, I think it was, and I absolutely loved it. I loved the dark academia vibes, I loved the magic of it, I loved all of the characters of it, and then I picked up the second one and went, yes, I will read that this October, and then didn't for like another 2 years, and I've still not got it on my TBR for this year. And I don't know why, because I know I loved the first one, I know I love Leigh Bardugo's work, I have read so many of her books now and loved them, I know I'm going to enjoy this one, I just haven't read it yet for no apparent reason, and I'm really annoyed with myself because I haven't done it yet. So I am desperate to get to this one. I'm annoyed with myself because I haven't actually read it yet or put it on my October TBR this year, but I am hoping to maybe read it in November because I know I'm going to be wanting to continue on with those spooky reads throughout November and December, so maybe I'll get to it then. Either way, I am desperate to read this one, and this is at the top of my spooky book reading list. The next one I have a slight excuse for, in the sense that it only came out in September, so I haven't had that much time to read it yet, and that is Catabasis by R.F. Kuang, but I still really wish I had actually put this on my October TBR, but unfortunately it just did not fit any of the prompts I had. But I am so excited to read this one because it is a dark academia, and our main characters are going to hell, and that to me is a match made in spooky October heaven, and I just haven't read it yet, so I really want to be getting to this one again, maybe in November. I'm definitely going to be continuing on with these spooky books into November, so maybe I'll put it on there, depending on what happens with TBR Assemble, but I do want to be reading this one by the end of the year if I physically can. There is also Feed by Myra Grant, which I cannot believe I haven't read yet, because Shauna Maguire, aka Myra Grant, is one of my favourite authors, and I have owned this book for about a year now, I think it is. I picked it up in a charity shop, and I cannot believe I have not read this one yet, because this one is all about a zombie virus, and I have heard that this one is terrifying, and I cannot believe I've read this one, and I haven't read this one yet, especially considering I spent most of September reading Marvel Zombies, so this would have been the perfect time to also read a zombie book, and then I didn't do it because it's only just occurred to me. I cannot believe that's only just occurred to me. I'm an idiot. But either way, I am desperate to read this one. I so want to read more of Shauna Maguire's horror work under Myra Grant. I love her fantasy. It's about time I got really into her horror, and I cannot believe I haven't put this on a TBR yet. So again, this may be going on the November TBR. I'm saying a lot of things are going on the November TBR. Whether or not that actually happens is another matter. It's all down to TBR Assemble and how much time I have, but I do know I really want to be reading this one soon. On a slightly less sort of horror note, but still within the spooky realms, I also really want to be reading the Blood books by Tanya Huff, aka the Blood Tie series, because it is a vampire series. I was obsessed with the TV show when I was a kid. The main character, Henry Fitzroy, was one of my first ever crushes, and I cannot believe I have not read the books yet. I've literally, well, my family have owned these books since, I think, since the TV show came out actually, and I still haven't read them yet. They literally lived in my room when I was about 18, and I just didn't pick them up for no apparent reason, and it is about time I did it because I love vampires, I love that TV show. It is about time I finally read the books. Again, slightly less spooky, but still peak October, we have Cemetery Boys by Aidan Thomas, which is all about summoning ghosts, which is peak October activities and book themes and everything else, and I haven't read this one yet. Admittedly, I only just got this in about August. It was in my Waypoint Books Full Moon subscription box, and yet for some unknown reason, I have not read it yet. Even though I literally unwrapped it and went, that is an October read, I then did not put it on my October TBR, and I kind of hate myself for it. So I definitely want to be reading this one soon. It is in that peak spooky season vibes. It's definitely got all of the vibes that I love this time of year, and it's not on my TBR. So what I am saying is, if I don't read it by next October, everyone is allowed to shout at me, because I am so far behind the hype on this one. I've heard amazing things about it. I really want to read it soon. So if I haven't done it yet by next October, everyone is allowed to shout at me. The final book I have before I go into a couple of comics, because I cannot help myself, is Beasts and Beauty, and this is by Saman Chiani. I apologise right now if I mispronounced that. And this is a series of short stories based on fairy tales with a darker tone to them, and they all look gorgeous. I mean, there's illustrations throughout here that look like this, and I just haven't read it yet. I've owned this book for ages now. I mean, they've even got Beauty and the Beast in here, which is one of my all-time favourite, like, Disney stories and Disney films. And I just haven't read this yet, despite the fact that this looks really spooky and everything else. And it is about time I got to it. I've owned this one for about 2 years now. It's about time I got to it. And if I remember rightly, someone did gift this to me, but there is no gift receipt in it. So thank you, whoever gifted this to me. I think it was Olivia, if I remember rightly. Apologies if it wasn't. But I really need to get to this one soon. And then the final two comics I have to mention. The first one is At the End of Your Tether by Adam Smith, and this one is about someone who is trying to find their missing friend in 1997. It is meant to be quite creepy and quite spooky, again perfect for Halloween. This one is admittedly on my tentative if I've got time list for October, so I am hoping to get to it soon, but we shall see. Either way, I've heard amazing things about it, and I definitely want to be reading it in this spooky season. And the final one I have to mention is naturally going to be a James Tynion, because I would not be me if I was not mentioning a James Tynion comic within a spooky video. And the one I'm going for today is The Nice House by the Sea, because this one is the last spooky one I have that is not Christmas themed, that I'm saving for Christmas. And this one is all about a whole bunch of people being brought together to this lake house and what goes wrong from there. I don't really know much else about this one. I just know it's by James Tynion. I know I trust him implicitly with the spooky books. He has never let me down with his spooky books. They always creep me out. They are always fantastic, and I am so excited to try and squeeze this one into October if I can, if I get 5 minutes, because I am so excited to see what he's going to do with this one. And that is just some of the spooky books I have on my TBR that I really want to read this month, but I'm just not going to have time to do it. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please do give me a thumbs up. Comment down below, tell me what you've got on your October TBR. I'd love to know. Or if you don't have that much time, leave me a vampire emoji down below to let me know that you were here. I'll also leave a link as well down below to all my social media if you want to check it out. Or if you just want to see any more of my videos, please click subscribe here. And over here will be the link to my previous video. But till next time, everyone, bye!